Oh boy, I can't wait to experience the wonders of this command and fun game.
Whoa, there's scrubbling.
Who, me?
Yes, you. I see you just installed the game and...
Yes, and I can't wait to get in and do some MLG no-scopes and be the mostest top ranked ever.
Do you have any idea what goes on in this simple yet complex game?
Nah, and I don't need you or anyone else who tried to... Nice.
Since we both witnessed what happened to the young GDI nerdling, let me explain the basics of what this game has in store. Renegade X is a team conquest game where you need to destroy the enemy base and keep your own safe. The two teams are GDI, the Global Defense Initiative, and the more superior one, the Brotherhood of Nod. Both teams have their own buildings and each building has its own use. Starting with the essential buildings. The power plant provides power to the advanced defense systems, and if it's destroyed, the GDI Advanced Guard Tower and the Nod's Obelisk of Light is no longer working and makes units cost 50% more credits. The refinery generates bonus credits each second, and it has a harvester that collects Tiberium and transports it to the refinery for bonus team-wide credits. Credits are the game's currency, by the way. Both teams have access to purchase terminals in any building to buy infantry units, vehicles and items such as repair tools that can be used for repairs, healing or defusing enemy C4 and mines. An airstrike that can be used to damage the enemy lines for a short duration, and a super weapon beacon. About that in a bit. Each team has their own infantry and vehicle units. GDI units consist of a fair mix of anti-infantry such as Patch, Mobius and McFarland, and strong anti-tank units like Gunner and Sydney. Both teams have a silenced and a loud sniper units, but no one really likes people who use them, so don't. Nod's main anti-tank units are the LCG, Laser Chain Gunner, and Ravishaw, and most played anti-infantry units are Chemical Troopers, Mendoza, and a flexible stealth unit, the Stealth Black Hand. Now hold up just a bit. Invisible infantry units with super weapons that can destroy whole buildings in one swoop? Yes, I know it's a possible solution, but it usually doesn't go like this. How did I get here? It usually just ends up like this. Remember, this is a team-based game. Those NPCs you see running around asking for repairs, those are actual people. Try to communicate with them and work as a team. The Hand of Nod and the infantry barracks on each team provides most of the infantry units available. While it's definitely harder to win a match without them, with practice even the free infantry list that is available can be enough to win a match even if they aren't the strongest units in the game. Last tip for infantry. GDI hotwires and Nod technicians carry proxy mines. These are primarily used for base defense. How to use? 3 per door. That's it. If you mine somewhere in the field and people find out, you'll probably get flamed for it, so don't. Now on the tanks. Since this is a CNC game, Nod tanks are what I like to call paper. Buggies and APCs are used to drive long distances to help infantry. Actual tanks like the artillery, light tank, stealth tank that, yes, can go invisible if you're not standing close to the enemy, can be used for field control. Flame tanks have a small range, but is a great unit to push back Gdi forces. Gdi tanks are what I like to call targets. Gdi tanks usually have much more damage and armor than Nod tanks, but at the same time they are much slower. The medium tank and mammoth tank are something to be feared in large groups and can take out a building real fast if you're not careful. And there's also MRLS that fires a barrage of rockets that can lock onto targets, but it's kinda bad and has weak armor, so I'm not afraid to call it garbage. There's also a commander system that allows you to buff ally targets with more damage or more defense for a short time. Launch smoke or EMP airstrikes, or if you're feeling lucky, drop a devastating cruise missile that usually gets intercepted and does absolutely nothing. Honestly, the commander system is one of the best additions to the game, making the game much more fast-paced if the commanding player actually knows what he's doing. Ranks are another addition to the game. Recruit, Veteran, Elite and Heroic that gives you increased run speed, fire rate, damage, armor, and on Elite you get passive healing that helps you survive for much longer. You get ranks from VP or Veteran points. They can be acquired by almost anything. healing allies, killing enemies, doing building damage, doing damage in general, really. Repairing tanks is one of the easiest and fastest way to earn VP. This is only the very basics of the whole game. Now you still have to get used to the gameplay and learn all the ins and outs of the game itself, and yes, you will die, get no-scoped and blasted sideways, not understanding where the hell it came from, but given enough time, you can stand your ground and actually lead your team to victory. Of course, there might be some elitists that will ask you to uninstall.
You mean to tell me that you've been playing since yesterday, don't have most points on the leaderboard, don't got over 40 tank kills, and a 14 KDR every single match? Don't even talk to me, peasant.
Sorry, Yosh. But don't let people like that discourage you. Just play the game, enjoy the game. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Everybody started fresh from somewhere, and we just like to see the community grow. Really, the developers of this game put a lot of time and effort to make this game into a reality. And to this day, for over 6 years, it's still going strong with new updates, new gameplay features, maps, buildings, vehicles, and now they're even working on a much bigger project than Renegade X. Feel free to join the official Renegade X Discord server if you have any questions or just want to join the community. I hope this guide helped you. Welcome back, Commander.
Can I get burger?
Ernesto! Raul! You heard that?